Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, and my job is to showcase products from Stampin' Up, paper craft products, so that you can make your own beautiful paper crafting projects with our products. They're all available from my shop. If you go down below, there's a link to my shop, so anything you see me using today will be available there. I'd love to have you as a new customer. Every month my customers get any customers get a thank you package, including a handmade card, a handmade gift, and if you use my host code, my monthly shopping code, a free product gift as well. So please use the code and please shop with me. That's the end of the ads. Right, on with today's project. Now, this was the project that I made on our Facebook Live session on Saturday with my friend Jez. We do a live session every first Saturday of the month at 2 o'clock on our Facebook group, Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. And I promised on the live that I would show you how to make the envelope that goes with it. So that's what we're going to do today. This envelope went with the original card, which I made on a day run by Michelle Last. This was Michelle's design, and I just adapted my card yesterday to be similar. Right, anyway, I'm afraid you're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres, because it's not big enough. A4 sheet is not big enough. So you need to trim your cardstock down to 26 one way by 24 the other. And let me give you the inches version. 26 is 10 1/4, and 24 is 9 1/2. So if you're working in inches, those are your measurements. So you end up with a piece of cardstock like this, not quite a square. What you're going to do is you're going to put the 24 at the top, and you're going to score it at 7 and 18 centimetres. So at 7 it's 2 3/4, and at 18 it's about 7 1/8. Then turn it round, score at 4, and then turn it round, turn it over, and score at 4 again. So that's both sides, you've done 4. That's all the scoring we need to do. So let's put that out of the way. I think so anyway. Hoping so. Right, we'll just burnish all of those lines, all of those score lines. One. And then we're just going to do some trimming before we actually stamp it. There we go. Right, okay. Right, before we do the trimming though, I'm going to show you how we're going to stamp it, because that just needs to sit and do a little bit while we're waiting. So we'll just do that first. So I'm just going to take a couple of baby wipes. This is the baby wipe technique again. I did show you on Saturday. Just thought I'd show you again on here. If you're interested, go to how I made the card. Go back and have a look at our video that was posted on Sunday, the 3rd of October. These are getting really difficult to get out because they're getting to the bottom and they don't want to come out. I need a new pack soon. I must make a note to myself to buy biodegradable one. Oh, it does say no plastic in them though. It does say that they've got no plastic, so that's good. Little sign up there. I hadn't noticed that before. So I was a bit worried that these weren't very eco-friendly. Right, okay, so I've got 2 very screwed up baby wipes here, but it's going to do. So I'm just going to fold them over. So what I'm trying to do is just make a little pad, and the fact that this is damp will help the ink to spread. There we go. So just got them a bit pulled out of shape, getting them out of the packet. Right, there we go. Right, there's our temporary ink pad. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to put drops of colour onto our ink pad, like so, just to make a multicoloured ink pad. That was Petal Pink, this is Crumb Cake. Some of the colours seem to spread more than others. and then we're just going to put a bit of Blushing Bride as well. It's amazing. This is a bit like filtering out colours like you used to do at school. When I left this ink pad, there were all sorts of colours came out, purples and all sorts. I didn't even know that. Right, I'm just going to leave that to smooch for a bit while I do the rest of the envelope, and then we'll come back and stamp it. Right, so we've got our envelope here. We're going to cut. We're going to do a bit of cutting, if I can find my scissors. We're going to cut, I'm going to wedge a little bit here and then cut this flap off. And we're going to wedge a little bit here. I'm going to cut this flap off. And then we're going to do the same at the top here. Wedge a little bit. And cut this flap off. And then just wedge a little bit here. And cut this flap off. And then we're ready to stamp. And I'm going to find a piece of scrap paper to stamp onto. Just because I don't want to ruin my grid paper. Right, now you might notice on this envelope there was a lot of stamping on the back here, but not too much on the front here, because of course you've got to be able to write the address and things on there. So you can do lots of stamping on the flap and there, but not too much on the front. So this front panel we don't need too much on. So what I'm going to do, I'm hoping this is smooched enough. Let's just take a little cocktail stick and just smooch a bit of ink over any white spaces we've got, but there's not many. It's worked quite well, this, that's it. Right, so take my stamp and we're going to stamp it so that just the tip of it is going to go onto the front of the envelope and the rest of it will be at the back, like so. So again, maybe turn it around to face the other way, like so. And again. And a little bit up here. It's really pretty. I love these colours together. There we go. We'll just do one more on the end here. There we go. And then around the other side as well. Such a great way to make your own envelopes, this, so that your cards look even more handmade. I think it's a real treat for the recipient to receive something like this. And then right, now let's see what's that going to look like. So is that enough stamping on there? I might just do, I'm going to leave it folded over, so I don't think I want any more stamping on the, what I might do actually is use a different bit of the stamp. So just get a little different bit there, like that, and then a couple of times over here. There we go. And I think we're done. I'll just do a little bit more there. And one more little bit here. Doesn't need to be on one of those actually, because that's going to be tucked under. Yeah, one of these is going to be tucked under, so yeah, I think that's okay. I might just for the purposes of being thorough, we'll just do a little bit of stamping down there as well. Right, so that's going to go over there and that bit's going to be covered up, so we didn't need to worry about that. Good. Okay, so that's our stamping done. So now we just need some tear and tape, which we're going to put on here and on here. So on here, we're going to put tear and tape to hold this down. I know tear and tape will tear. I just quite like to cut it if I've got a hand free. So, where's my tweezers? Get the backing off my tear and tape. go. So you can adjust this to make envelopes for any size of card. So that's going to go over there, like so. And then we're going to come and we're going to put a piece of tear and tape on here. So yeah, you just adjust the measurements. You just need to measure your card and then work out the dimensions for the flaps and things. There we go, and that's going over there. And that's it done. Right, I've got a little bit of an overhang here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and just trim that off, just so that the envelope will fold closed nicely, like that. Yep, that's good. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape on here, but not take the backing off. So that's going to be sitting there ready to seal the envelope whenever you're ready to send the card. And then your address can go on the front, and you've got a gorgeous matching envelope to go with your card. How pretty is that? Hope you like that project. Hope you might give it a go. Very, very easy to do. And that's it from me today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back really, really soon. Bye.